When investing in crypto, you have to know what it is you're actually investing your money into. There are thousands of cryptocurrencies out there, and too many people invest in something just because someone on the internet like me says to. You should always be willing to put in the time to truly understand what it is that you're actually investing your money in. The days of linear blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum are long gone. Now there's terms like DAOs, Layer 2's, DeFi, rollups, yield farming, ICO, IDO. You get the point. This advancement in technology creates a ton of confusion, especially with new investors. As technology changes, so too does the amount of investable blockchain projects that you'll want to consider before investing in crypto. I, for one, am going to research everything there is to know about a coin before I drop any of my hard-earned money, and so should you. In this video, I'm going to break down the two different types of rollups and what exactly they'll do to the crypto space when ETH 2.0 rolls out, hopefully later this year. Is ETH all but dead? Oh, hell no, and this is why. For those who don't know me, I'm Scotty B Crypto. I release content every day because I love researching various cryptos for the sole purpose of making money. Like I said, I will not invest in a project unless I understand everything there is to know, and I absolutely love sharing my research with the rest of you. If you love content that helps put you in a position to reach financial freedom, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss out. Let's get on with it. In order to understand rollups in ETH 2.0, you first have to understand what exactly it is that Ethereum does. There are two things that can be posted on the Ethereum blockchain: transactions and data. A transaction on Ethereum would be like sending money from one wallet to another. Ethereum blocks can only hold and send so much data at one time. An example of this would be like if ETH can only post, say, 100 transactions at a specific time, but there are 200 requests made to the blockchain at the same time, the transactions with the 100 highest bids will be processed, and the other 100 or so would either have to wait until later or pay higher fees, gas fees. Now, writing data to the Ethereum blockchain is slightly different. One piece of data can act as kind of like a zip file for a computer, where it can hold multiple transactions as one data file. Using the same example, if 100 data files held 10 transactions each, and ETH is only able to process 100 requests at the same time, this would mean 1,000 transactions would be processed. This effectively means that you have scaled to 1,000 transactions per block. For any blockchain, there are three ways that it can scale. There's your layer 1s like Ethereum, where scaling occurs on the blockchain itself. Then there's layer 2s where the scaling actually occurs on top of the layer 1. This is your Matic and Immutable X. And then there's side chains where scaling occurs on the side of the blockchain that's ultimately linked to the main chain itself. This is like drive chain. So how do rollups fit into all of this, and what do they do exactly to make blockchains more scalable? Think of a rollup as literally rolling up multiple transactions into one smaller transaction, making it possible to send all of them to the same place as one transaction. So let me try and explain this a little bit better. So this is kind of like cramming 10 pieces of mail that are all going to the same place into one envelope as one transaction, instead of sending 10 individual pieces of mail as 10 separate transactions. So now your transactions are cheaper, they're faster, and way more efficient, which ultimately creates less demand on the blockchain at any given time. This is what will allow Ethereum to scale. Now we're going to break this down even further because there are two distinct types of rollups that you should know about. There's optimistic rollups, which live by some sort of honesty rule, where they automatically assume that all transactions are valid and correct without having someone or program verify the information or its validity. Then these are essentially optimistic that the transaction is valid. Unless proven otherwise, the transaction is approved and sent through with no issues. Now, we all know that everyone in the world's honest. No one's going to steal, lie, or conduct any sort of fraud. Am I correct? Thankfully, there's a safeguard for all this, because we know that's not true. Unlike ZK Rollups, which we're going to talk about here in a second, fraud proof through an optimistic rollup allows people to challenge a transaction if they feel something is wrong or if they feel that fraud occurred in any way. If a transaction is disputed, there's people within the Ethereum ecosystem who will then determine if the transaction is valid or not. If a transaction is deemed to be fraudulent, it's then canceled out. If it's valid, it's verified and sent through. Now, ZK Rollups or zero knowledge rollups are drastically different. They conduct their computations off-chain, and when they're finished, they then submit the computation back to the layer 1 as something called validity proof. This validity proof is a form of proof of work and differs drastically from fraud proof, which we just talked about. Here, someone actually verifies the transaction and validates the information before returning it back to the layer 1, in this case Ethereum. In short, ZK Rollups with ZK Rollups, Ethereum offloads the bulk of their work onto a layer 2, which significantly reduces the strain and the demand on the layer 1. ZK Rollups will function much like ETH 2.0 when it's fully deployed. ETH 2.0 will end up being the biggest upgrade to any blockchain this year. We're talking proof of work, staking, sharding, and a lot more, all of which will bring in millions of new users who will only benefit from cheaper, faster transactions. ZK Rollups, like we're talking like Immutable X, Loopring, ZK Sync, and there are a ton more. But if we're getting a fully deployed ETH 2.0 either later this year or early next year, why do we even need ZK Rollups? So the answer is simple. It's the same answer that suggests why we need ZK Rollups in the first place. It's scalability. Both ETH 2.0 and ZK Rollups will live in harmony. ZK Rollups will essentially invert the blockchain trilemma, which is decentralization, security, and scalability, and keep the base layer secure and decentralized. ETH 2.0 will not fix gas fees. This harmonious relationship will allow Ethereum to focus on decentralization and security, allowing the rollup to handle scalability, giving all of us the best blockchain experience possible. So what are your thoughts? Do you think that ZK Rollups are going to be one of the hottest crypto trends this year? I sure as hell do. I hope I was able to explain this in a way that's easy to understand. If so, or if not, please leave a comment below. While you're at it, you know what to do. Smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, turn on all notifications. This way I can blow up your phone every time I drop a new video. I'm Scotty B Crypto. That's all I got.